basically, me and my boyfriend have been together for, 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
And his mom is just so overbearing, like, to the point where we argue about it all the time. I look a hot mess, but all the time we argue about it. I DM'd you guys a couple months ago because I'm like, just some advice on how to deal with it, because I know you guys overcame a lot. But I'm to the point where I'm done. Like, we arguing right now because he's over there.
Oh, for real?
Mm-hmm.
So give us some example. Like, what does she do that's like just too much?
Let me think. Like, she'll like call like 4 a.m. Like, what are you doing? I was just calling because I miss you. She'll like pop up. Like, I don't care about her popping up. Like, we just started living together like 2 years ago, but she'll like pop up randomly. It's like she does like a lot of manipulative, like guilt trip things. And then she wrote him like this long letter about how she's like his first love and like never to forget that. And I'm just like, I don't know. It's like low key, like she's in competition with me.
Yeah, she's treating him more like her husband rather than her son.
Yes. One day she called him like, can you buy me some tampons? And he was like, Mom, he was like, we about to go to a movie. She put a tracker on his phone. Like, she knew when we would be out, she would pop up places and be like, oh, what's the coincidence? No.
How long y'all been together?
It would be 6 years in May.
And he's always been like this?
No, it just really got like this once we started living together about like 2.5 years ago.
So his mom just started acting like this?
Yeah. She in the beginning, she would invite us places like, y'all should come to dinner, and we would go out with her and stuff. And then once we moved together, it was like, I don't know, like it just went left. And we argue about it. Like today, he was like, oh, I have to, I'm working, but I had just got surgery done. I had just got lipo done. And he was like, I'm working. And I was like, well, I need you to come massage me. And then he was like, well, my mom called that she needs her TV put up. And then, like, I was telling him, I was like, I just feel like really when she needs you, she thinks you're going to drop everything you're doing. And you have obligations here.
Right.
Like,
how was you and the mom's relationship before y'all moved in? Did y'all have a good relationship?
Yeah, I think we were fine. I think she knew that I would catch on to her BS with him, like the guilt trip and like for instance, we went to hibachi one night. She told us our bill was $130, and that included taxes, tip, and beverages. So I was like, that don't make sense, because anytime we come, it'd be like 70, 80. So when we had got our own bill, it was actually like $78. And then she was like, well, Reggie's supposed to pay for me. Like, she thinks, like, I don't know, like, she acts entitled, and that's his mom, so I expect her to act entitled. But it's to the point, it's like, I'm not feeling this. I don't know. It's just a lot. And
but she shouldn't feel entitled, because a lot of parents, we make the mistake of feeling like our parents owe us something because we did our responsibilities as a parent in raising them. Like,
and that's how he acts.
Yeah, like they didn't ask to be here. We decided to make the decision to have kids, and it's our responsibility to raise them, to do everything we can to put them in the best position in life. And we can't expect our kids to repay us for doing those type of things. And he may be stuck in that phase, or she makes him feel like he has to repay her. But what I think that you need to do is sit down and set the boundaries. Like, tell it, because if you allow this to continue to go on, nothing's going to change. Like, clearly she feels.
I have tried to sit down with him. I've even talked to my parents. Like, we've sat down so many times, honestly. And I just feel like his answer is like, that's my mom. She going through like a divorce, and I want to be there for her. And I get that, but I don't know.
So that divorce was recent then?
They actually just signed off papers. His mom and dad got a divorce, but his dad moved on like years ago. She never wanted to sign papers. And I feel like she's trying to get him to like fill a void because the dad isn't there, if that makes any sense.
Yeah. That's exactly what I said. She's treating him more like her husband than her son. I think that the divorce, it adds complexity to this situation because it's definitely new, and you're saying that these issues just started to arise. What I would tell you is this, and I shared this on Clubhouse earlier, is that sometimes we can't expect people to be for us what they used to be when they're going through a difficult time. Like, it may be hard for him to watch his mom struggle like this. Like, it'll be hard for any man to watch his mom go through a divorce, and then she just feels like she doesn't have anybody. So we try to step up and fill that void for him, but he must also understand that when you come together with a woman, that it's not like y'all become one big happy family. Like, it's separate families. Like, within the household, it's a family. He has obligations and responsibilities to the people within that family. And any free time that he has, then he can go be there for his mom and support her. But that's only after he takes care of his responsibilities and his obligations to the people who are already under his household.
Right. And that's kind of what you're saying is exactly what I'd be telling him. But like my mom was saying, she was like, you might, like, I don't want to break up because, you know, I have kids and he has kids, and it's like, I guess we're like this big blended family.
Right.
But, and I love his daughter and stuff, but sometimes I just feel like, when are you going to put my feelings like a priority, like how I put your feelings?
Right.
You know, so it is hard. I've never dealt with nobody mom like him, like ever.
Maybe you have a talk.
Have you sat down with the mom and spoke to her like about
it? Like 2 years ago, I actually did, because she was acting like she couldn't come to our house because she felt, so I lived here first and then he moved in, but she felt like this was my house, and like he doesn't have a say here. So I just wanted to call her, like, listen, I don't know what's going on, but I'm just calling to clear the air. Like, you guys are always welcome here. And she went on, she was like, I just feel like you try to control him, and what she say, that I try to control him, and she doesn't like that. And I was like, he's a grown man at the end of the day. If he asks me my opinion, I'm going to be honest with him because I'm his teammate. Like, it would be wrong for me to be fake.
Right.
And she was like, and I was like, I feel like you don't like really like coming around me or dealing with me because I'm not going to let you play me. Basically, like, I'd be catching on to what you're saying. And she was like, I do like you with him. I just wish like he was different, because she thinks that she keeps saying that I took him from her and that he acts so different and that he doesn't come around. But like he was saying, the only reason he was around her all the time is because they were living together. He was like, naturally, when you don't live with somebody, you don't see them all the time.
Right.
Yeah, I think that'd be easy.
I feel like it sounds like a mirror image of what she's dealing with the dad, with being a divorce. So it feels like I'm getting taken away from, you know, my husband. My son is getting taken away, and it's like, who's there for me? So it's like, I feel like someone said it on here, like, she definitely needs to do some healing for herself. And if it's counseling, whatever it looks like, but she has to have, and he has to have that conversation with her to say, Mom, look, I have to set this boundary. You know, we have to do this, and let her know, like, you need healing, because it's a lot going through a divorce, I'm sure, and feeling like, you know, she doesn't have no one there. Her son is being, you know, pulled to his relationship that he has to, you know, attend to. So she definitely needs to have that sit down conversation with him first. And he needs to set the tone as the man and as her son to be like, look, we can't do this. We have to do things differently. And I'm always going to support you as your son, but I kind of have to draw back so I can be there for my woman as well. And I think him having that conversation and letting her know that will kind of like shift a little bit, because it needs to come from him first. So that he sets the tone.
Yeah, well, thank you for the advice. I'm waiting for him to come home. He was like, oh, I'm on my way home at 3 o'clock.
Don't attack him when he walked through the door, because you probably mad that he over there. And you waiting for him to come through the door so you can just let off on him. Don't do it.
Look, I'll be trying to explain to him. I don't care that he goes over there. I think he knows that I basically need something done here. His mom basically be guilt tripping over there, so he tries to like hide it from me that he's going over there. So I actually called him. I'm like, where you at? He was like, oh, I stopped by my mom's because I was trying to fix her TV. I said, you said you was done work at 2 o'clock. It's 5 o'clock. Oh yeah, then we started chilling. All right, well now it's 9 o'clock. Like, what the hell? And I'm not trying to clock him like a kid, but I feel like you don't call to check in, you don't answer your phone, you don't say nothing. You know what I mean? It's like, and I can't drive and I can't really do much right now.
I got something that I want you to do before he comes home. I know you're saying that you're not going to snap, but I know when he walked through that door, you're going to let all your frustration out. But before he come home, I just want you to write a letter to him. Like, explaining how you truly feel. Like, put everything out on that piece of paper and lay it out for him, so that when he walks in, he's able to read it. Therefore, you can communicate how you feeling, and there's not a chance that y'all are going to argue. And he's not going to try to make you feel like your feelings aren't validated, and you're not going to try to make him feel like his feelings aren't validated. Just write it all down on a piece of paper and allow him to read it so he can really process. Like, pour your pain out into that paper so that he really understands. And then at the end of it, let him know what you need for him to do moving forward to correct the problem. Because a lot of times we tell people what our issue is, but we don't tell them or lead them in a path of healing that you're searching for.
Okay.
So,
All right, that's a good idea. So I'll do that.
all right,
Yes.
just don't snap on me.
No, I won't. I try to be open-minded. Like my mom said, today, tomorrow, the next day. That's always going to be his mom. That's always going to be his family. You know, I don't know.
Yeah.
But all right, nice talking to you guys.
Nice
Have
talking
a
to you
good
too.
night.
Bye-bye.